Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. Welcome to Try It Tuesday. I am Katya with Lunar Sun Creations, and I'm trying to do at least an every second Try It Tuesday where I take a product or technique that I have never done before and give it a shot. So today I'm working with the Simon Hurley stamping foam, which I know has been out for years, and I've had it for a very long time and I've never used it. I just took these two out of the package right now, so I've never used it, but we're gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try two different things. I'm gonna try it once with the Lavinia Elements stamps with Mermaid, Blue Lagoon, and Merlot. And then I'm also going to try it with some Catherine Pooler ink refills in Bay Breeze, Dress Blues, and Glam. I don't know if you can put inks like this onto the foam. I have no idea. I know you can use ink like this. I just don't know if you can use the refills, but I'm gonna give it a shot because I figure I got 4, so if I mess one up, I mess one up. And I'm also going to be using this Sizzix 3D Textured Impressions embossing folder, and this one is called, what are you called? Mosaic Gems. I've had this one for quite a while, but we're going to use that today as well. Okay, so let's get going. So from what I understand, you just heat this sucker up and then press something into it. So I'm going to do that. I don't know how quick you have to be, but I'm going to try doing both sides of the embossing folder. I'm going to heat up one and do it on this side, and then heat up the other, either the other side or another one altogether. I haven't decided yet. But let's see if this gives a decent impression. I think I might need to heat it longer. That is not a very deep impression at all. Okay. I just remembered watching a video about this where Simon taped them to a stamping block. So that's what I'm going to try. Okay, so I'm going to tape this to a stamping block using painter's tape. And then I can push down easier. Okay, that's better. There we go. Okay, cool. So I've got my impressions. Okay, I'm going to use my finger daubers. Okay, so once I've got it all inked up, I'm gonna add some water to it. I'm just gonna spray this off camera. Okay, so I've got some water on there, and now I'm gonna give it a stamp. Okay, I think I added a bit too much water because I kind of lost a lot of our of our image. Okay, so less water. Got it. Okay, barely any water this time. Okay, so that was a little better. Still too much water. I'm getting the feel for it though. Okay, the ghost print turned out pretty cool. Okay, this time I'm going to use a few drops of these ink refills into a little, what do you call these again? Like a paint mixer tray. I don't know what they're called. I know there's an actual name for it. Palette? Palette, is that right? Is that the right term? Anyway, into this thingy. And then I'm going to add a tiny bit of water, and then I'm going to use a paintbrush to put it onto the stamping foam and see how that goes. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Again, losing some detail, but let's see what happens if we spritz it with water now. Okay, so definitely I keep using too much water, but they're still really pretty, even though you can't tell what it is. Okay, so I'm curious what it's going to look like if I stamp in black. Okay, I'm going to give it a shot on this one, and I'll try one more, and then I'm going to try and emboss them. So I'm using the VersaFine Clair Nocturne for this, and just running it over the raised areas. Okay, that kind of worked. All right. Okay, so I tried embossing 2 of the stamped images just to try and bring out the definition of what the image of the embossing folder actually is. This one turned out quite good, I think. I might color in just these little dot parts though. But that turned out pretty cool. And then I did one more black ink on this one, and this one turned out quite awesome. These are the first 3 that I did that I had too much water on. So that one's okay. These 2 just turned out to be backgrounds without any definition whatsoever, but they're still pretty. I'll still use them for something. All right, well, I am going to make these into some really simple cards. Off camera, I've embossed a couple panels in just like an 80-pound white cardstock with that same embossing folder. So I think I'm going to trim a couple of these down and then place them on some foam tape and kind of like elevated but lined up with the back embossing folder. Yeah, just kind of play with some levels. They'll be fairly simple cards, but I'm just going to use the same embossing folder. Okay, so this is what I've come up with so far. This is the white heat embossed one. I just added a frame and a sentiment, and that's it for that one. I think it looked really cool though. And then this one, this was the one that I stamped in black over top of the stamping that we'd done in the color. And just backed it on some black and then added a sentiment. It says, "A penny for your thoughts seems a little pricey." I like that. I have a very sarcastic sense of humor, so stuff like that makes me giggle. All right, so that's that one. This one, so I took this part of one of the other panels because it was the only part that I really liked. And then this panel kind of only half worked. So I decided to put some foam tape on the back of this and kind of layer it up for like kind of like a very sketchy look. I like drew some intentionally sketched lines around the edges and kind of like enhanced the markings of the embossing folder with some black ink. And I think this one turned out really cool actually. I'm just going to take the backing off the foam tape and add it on, and then it just needs to go onto a card base. So there we go. All right, so I just backed that one in blue, so that's that one. So I'll just show you some close-ups of the cards. So, stamping foam. I think there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve to it, but I'll definitely play around with it more and try and get the gist of it. So I hope you enjoyed something. I hope you had fun yelling at the screen all the things that I should have been doing that I wasn't doing. And I hope you have a beautiful day. I will see you again very soon. Big hugs and be kind to one another. Bye.